Something you may not know about me is that I struggle big time with anxiety, which means that sometimes trying to make these videos can be really, really hard because I think to myself, who am I to give advice? Especially if I've been having a hard day, especially if I feel like I'm failing at life. Imposter syndrome kicks in big time. But you know what? Today I thought, let's start with that because what I want to share with you is that sometimes you just have to fake it until you make it. And with Jupiter in Gemini right now, I have to cover up this card because I might get censored, but with Jupiter in Gemini right now, there's an energy of bluff. Because if we fake it until we make it, we give the impression that we need to on the people that we're trying to impress, like a boss or a business partner or something like that, right? With the Sun forming a square to Jupiter today, we are challenged to activate our best. We are challenged to act as if we have accomplished the thing. You know, they say dress for the job that you want. Have some fun with that, right? Start living your best life today as much as you can. Of course, you know, within reason, we are all limited with money and things like that, but with vibe, with energy, with heart space, with choices perhaps. Today with Sun square Jupiter, we are challenged to fake it until we make it in a way that opens doors instead of closing them. Because with the Sun in Virgo, we have a tendency to look on the dark side, just in the sense that we are obsessed with details, we are feeling extra stressed out, and we have such a clear goal in mind of perfection that sometimes right here, right now just doesn't feel like enough. And if right here, right now doesn't feel like enough for a long period of time, we kind of settle into despair. And when we are in a place of despair, the moon moving into Capricorn is a really awesome influence because it's helpful for us to kind of get out the door and just start doing something. Chop wood, carry water, whatever sort of practical task you can possibly busy yourself with is a great way to channel any kind of discordant emotions into positivity or productivity. Sometimes getting the body moving is the best possible way to move through any challenging emotions or thoughts or stress and anxiety. I like to physically keep myself busy, and then when I have calmed my body down with the excess energy, then my mind can think clearly. Then my heart feels like I can sort through the emotions that I need to. So let's pull a card for the day. Let's have some advice from one shaky person to another. You know, every single one of us is going to have days, weeks, months, years where we feel like we're failing at life. But it's really important to remember that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And our concept of success or failure at life is really limited given our human perspective here on earth. We don't know the bigger picture. We don't know our soul's journey. And honestly, hindsight is 2020. And looking backwards, honestly, gives us some of those answers that we really, really need. Today, I felt compelled to pull a couple extra cards. The first one is the Queen of Pentacles. And we see someone enjoying what looks like a beautiful, lush garden. She has this gold coin in her lap. She looks really happy at what she's looking at. But there's an element of be grateful for what you have because everybody starts small. Sometimes we have to just jump on an inspiration like this bunny, and we have to just let energy move through us and start with one small thing. And one small thing repeated hundreds of times ends up being a big, beautiful garden. So that's a kind of a metaphor for success, but also the emotional component. When we get stuck in our emotions, there's a sense of stagnancy. So as much as we can, moving through the emotions, through dance, singing, pouring our hearts out to somebody. You know, if you don't have a person to talk to, you can talk to a pet, you can talk to the sky. Spirit's always listening, and sometimes I forget that. But I'd like to remind you guys, Spirit's always listening. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a major arcana card representing our belief systems. It is our belief systems that can either lock doors or open them. And we have the key to change our beliefs. You know, when we're young, we're taught to believe certain things. But the older we get, we learn to question everything. And that's often by asking questions that we start to find the answers that we felt like we're missing. So maybe if you're feeling bummed out and you're holding yourself to standards that are way too high or maybe don't resonate with your heart space, question your beliefs. and ask yourself, why do I feel like this is important? And then maybe if you can get down to what's really important, that might give you the answers or some peace. Sending you guys all of my love. I'm Erin, I'm Queen Bee Tarot. Come back every day for your daily tarot and astrology, and I will see you tomorrow.